rich and poor. We shouldn't demonize or stereotype any group, rich or poor or any other group, because in reality, it's really individuals in life. It's not groups. I mean, people might be classified as Republicans or Democrats, rich or poor, whatever you want to do. But even like men and women, I mean, there's a lot of overlap, and it's not fair to just say women this or men this or rich this or poor that. It's stereotypes are unfair. You can discuss these issues, intelligently and fairly, which is you have to agree on what the ground rules are, but you shouldn't stereotype. So I say that as a context for this podcast, because I don't want it to be a stereotyped thought process. So let's take poor first. Now, there's many different sides of a discussion. So, you could take the perspective that the poor are exploited, that they work hard, maybe they work for minimum wage, the employers won't even increase the minimum wage, and people can't make a living wage, and that could have a lot of validity when you think about it. The other side might be is that it's a free marketplace, and that people are building up their skills. Nobody starts at the top. That you could work at McDonald's or Burger King and work your way up into management, or you could build the discipline and the work habits that can get you a better job someplace else, and that labor employment has nobility in the sense that we should all work hard for what we get, and that there's nothing wrong with working your way up, and that if you have the talent, you have the drive, and you have the social skills, and whatever else is needed, that you will work your way up. How far you work your way up depends upon a lot of different factors, but not the least of which is how astute you are, how hardworking you are, how perceptive you are. Some might say how lucky you are as well. So let's look at the rich for a second. Some people might say that the rich take advantage of loopholes, tax havens, things of that nature. There's a difference between being opportunistic and being illegal. Most people are optimistic, even people that are poor or middle class or rich. They'll look to sometimes maybe slack off at work if they can get away with it. I'm not saying all people, I'm just saying that there could be a tendency in human nature, or to get the better in a relationship to take more than they give. So it's not just dependent upon class or wealth. I mean, so the flip side of the perspective that the wealthy are just taking advantage of loopholes is that. And you can have poor people that cheat, or you can have rich people that cheat. And, you can think of a lot of different ways that poor people could cheat or that rich people could cheat, including on taxes and a lot of other ways. So another perspective might be that, there's no way to get money in the larger sense for the most part, because crime doesn't really pay. People that do illegal things, I think it usually catches up with them. Except by creating value in the marketplace. So people have money unless they inherited it. If they're self-made, either they started a large company that employed a lot of people and gave people jobs or provided services. Like Microsoft, Google, Apple, all these big companies that people say they don't pay their taxes, which is true, which is not good, which is very bad. But they have created a lot of jobs. They've created a lot of products. So it's kind of like a more nuanced, thing sometimes. Like people say that... to become rich, some people believe that you have to lie, cheat, and steal. Again, I believe that if you lie, cheat, and steal, you're probably going to wind up in jail, whether you're rich or poor. Some people say there's no accountability, like in the financial crisis, people didn't go to jail. And I do think that's true, obviously, in that case, and that people... but you have to ask, are people doing things that are illegal? And then you have to ask, why are they not illegal? So you can see there's so many levels, and it keeps on going down. Why are these things not illegal? Well, because our representatives made them not illegal. Why did our representatives make them legal? Some people might say because there's a lot of money in politics. Why is there a lot of money in politics? Because people want influence. Where does that money come from? Did it come from hard work, or did it come from cheating? can people, that are poor, if they work hard, become rich? Are they going to take advantage of the same system if it's legal? Is it that only rich people take advantage of loopholes and poor people don't take advantage of loopholes, or poor people, if they become wealthy, will not? A lot of times they find, even in politics, that people that are not wealthy support policies that favor the wealthy, like like some of the tax cuts and things like that, because perhaps one day they envision themselves being wealthy, or who knows what the reason is. But what I'm trying to say in kind of a roundabout way, but using a lot of examples, is that things are kind of nuanced. That doesn't mean a moral equivalency, that everything is the same as everything else, but it means that before you do generalizations, before you do blanket statements, you have to do a deeper examination. It's like you can't be lazy in life. Like there's, things that really disadvantage everyone and no one at times, in different ways. So if you really want to find solutions in life, then you can't just go for the easy answers. You have to dig deeper.